Welcome back to Wario Land. So now that we've done with that, the optional ice swirl, let's get back to the actual main path.
Course number 10.
Yeah.
Yay.
The composer was feeling mysterious.
Yeah. You can tell the composer is really not giving. I mean,
Come on.
Totaka recycling all.
Oh, come on, Dwebs. The music isn't bad. If anything, it's pretty atmospheric.
I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, I really like atmospheric music. That's why I kind of like the soundtrack for the Saturn version of Sonic 3D.
Mm-hmm. And now we're in space, by the way.
Space.
Don't ask me how come Wario can breathe. He just can. But then again, this is the Mario universe where Mario just goes...
Basically, allow me to sum it up. Allow me to sum it up like this. Don't ask me why. I don't need a reason.
What?
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
Yeah. Fun Sonic adventure.
Whee.
Alright, back to Earth, everybody.
Let's get back down to Earth.
I'm not even kidding. We literally just broke the entered for the apparently going for the atmosphere is really easy. Seems legit.
Yes.
The entry. What's that?
All right. There we go. And once again, I have to pay to end the level, but I didn't have enough coins, so I have to use the cheat to give myself more coins.
Pay 99 cents to end the level.
Oh god. I hope it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Well, there isn't that kind of what freemium games are anyway.
No, honestly, it doesn't work that way. It works in a bit different way. Like, premium games usually have basically a resource. Generally, it's called gold, diamond, mithril, or something like that. That's basically can either be acquired in game, but with, of course, overcomplicated manners, or you can obtain it simply in large quantity by paying with real money. To give a couple of examples, in Final Fantasy Record Keeper, you have the mithril, which, to be fair, for a premium game, you obtain it in very plenty in quantity, so you almost never had the feeling of actually paying.
The Game Boy. Back when back in those days when certain games had flickering, graphics flickering.
Yep. You know, there's actually some games that actually make it where you can actually make sprite flickering a feature.
Yeah, Mega Man 9.
Like if you want to relive those old school days. Yep.
Mega Man 9 had that option.
Did Bat made anything else aside from cosmetic?
No, it was just for the purists, though.
Okay.
For those who scream like, it's not 100% technically an NES game, ruined forever.
Yeah, I never understood why for Mega Man 9 and 10 Capcom...
It's one of those things, Theo, like NES games are kind of like they're usually seen as like one of the big...
Decided to go back to the...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. Key! Which you can use. So let's use it. There we go. Down, down.
Sounds something like Grant Kirkhope will compose.
Okay.
Alright, treasure. What is a crown?
Yes. There's no real explanation for these objects. They're just there. Get them.
Okay.
Alright. Here we go.
Okay.
Okay, so now we got...
Also, those enemies look a lot like the Waddle Dees from Kirby. More angry a bit.
It's probably intentional.
I guess, considering Kirby was born on
Their official name is on the Wario Land series is Spearman. and they're actually going to play a more story role in Wario Land 2.
Okay.
And sometimes there's going to be moments where the point of a certain Wario Land 2 level is to defeat a giant spearman.
So we're going to be fighting the god of the sea?
No.
Oh.
Basically, you see that enemy right there? In Wario Land 2, we have bosses that are basically giant versions of these enemies.
Okay.
But Wario Land 2 is actually my favorite. Like, to me, it's where the series really peaked.
What about the third one?
The third one is awesome too, but I don't know. There's just some of the charm. By the way, I accidentally left the level. Yes, that's interesting because you can actually leave the level by going back.
It's that epidemic I like to call the Pokemon syndrome. Basically, in Game Boy games, you sort of had this impulse that would often lead you to leaving a room or doing something on an impulse pushing because, well, Game Boy games were a bit slower.
You mean like, for example, restarting the dialogue with Nurse Joy in a Pokemon Center because you mashed the A button?
Yeah.
Yep, and also re-entering a room because you were sort of pushing the directional buttons and sometimes they reacted a bit slowly.
But yeah, like I was saying, Wario Land 3 is awesome. It's just that, like, I didn't like the villain. The villain was lame and a really poor replacement for Captain Syrup, honestly.
I mean the clown?
The clown.
Wario Land 3, right?
Like, the clown was just like, what the fuck? It wasn't even funny or anything. It was just weird. And the overall atmosphere and tone of the game wasn't nearly as memorable as the Wario Land 2 for me. Not to mention, Wario Land 2 went more for the... how should I put this? The more Super Mario World style of structure, you know, where you have that world map where you can pick various different levels and stuff like that. Whereas I really liked the way it was in Wario Land 2, where you could literally the story could literally go completely different paths depending on how you completed certain levels, and that was such an awesome way to give the game replayability and make everything feel very organic. Whereas Wario Land 3, when going back to the Wario Land 1 structure, kind of felt like a step back to me.
Now deposit your coin. Oh,
still better than Wario Land 4 though. I'll give it that. Here we go.
I've got to say, this music does actually fit Wario's personality.
It does, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's another thing, actually. Wario Land 4's soundtrack is nothing like this. Like, Wario Land 2 also has this particular style that fits Wario. But then in Wario Land 4, they bring in this really weird Japanese influenced music. Some of them have some kind of vocals and stuff like that. And it's just not... It doesn't fit a game of this series, really. I really have no idea what the fuck they were thinking when they made Wario Land 4.
Boing.
Okay.
Wee.
Oh my god, I don't have to pay to leave the level?
Oh my god.
You see, Teo. Somebody played this game back when they were a kid, and they thought, forcing people to pay to complete the game. There's something here.
So microtransactions.
And that's how microtransactions were born. You can hashtag thanks Wario.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's double and it's double jarring considering it was born basically as a joke.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, those tiny little guys with the spheres.
Yes.
Yeah, the Spearman.
And Captain Syrup. Do they remind you of the Ski Boots and her minions from the Shantae show?
Well, yeah, you can. I wouldn't be surprised if Matt Boson took inspiration from this series to create them. Yeah.
Jovah, you're the expert on Shantae. You have any
Matt
clue?
Boson is a huge fan of 2D of old school 2D platformers. So I wouldn't be surprised if he took inspiration from this series when he created Shantae.
Ninja Duck Pirates.
Yeah.
Rad.
You were saying something, Jovah?
Teenage Duck Pirates.
Let's see. I don't recall them bringing up any inspiration. I do recall inspiration for the hair attack thing, but they never really mentioned any specific inspiration by the likes of Wario Land, from what I recall.
I think it's plausible though.
Oh.
Oh, it's definitely plausible.
So yeah, pressing that giant exclamation block made Syrup's top go back down. Don't ask me why, it just happened. Alright, so there's a skull there, which means this level has a boss. So let's finish this world then.
Let's end this thing.
Right.
There we go. Basically, it's the same level, but now with the level geometry added. And now we have a flying bob-omb enemy, or whatever that thing is.
Oh boy.
Fuck.
Oh.
Ouch.
And a hedgehog that can swim.
Yes, you see
A
Sega.
hedgehog with an octopus face.
You see Sega. Hedgehogs can actually swim.
Wasn't that kind of Yuji Naka's
Yeah.
Decision.
Yeah.
faff up?
I wonder. Well, since this was during the times where Nintendo and Sega were at odds, I'd say it's very plausible to say that they put in that enemy as a take that to a certain company.
Does what Sega don't.
Actually, the logo was Nintendo is what Genesis isn't.
He's doing a
No,
play on words there.
That's stupid. That's as dumb as we are what Sega.
It's not as. I mean, is it really any more stupid than Genesis does what Nintendo don't really? I mean, the whole Genesis does what Nintendo thing was always stupid to me. Even back when I was a kid, I always thought that was stupid. Like, to me, attacking your main rival like that means that you don't have enough confidence in yourself. Don't get me wrong, I get what Tom Kalinske was going for, but honestly, it just comes across as like you're insecure and you, like, to the point you don't have trust in your own product, so you attack your opponent. I don't know.
It worked.
It worked, I know, but usually, I don't know. To me, they should just let their products do the talking, honestly. But I don't get me wrong, I get what Kalinske was going for, but I don't know. I don't really like that kind of marketing tactic.
Wonder if game commentary groups did that. Squirm does what brain can't scratch.
Oh, that kind.
You're terrible.
Yeah.
You're terrible. No.
Come on, dweebs, you gotta work on your one-liners.
Which is sad. I come from a country that has a character famous for one-liners.
Yeah.
We're Americans. I mean, Jovah and I are Americans. And there are a lot of comic book characters that know one-liners. Get in line.
But we have James Bond. He's older than almost all of them.
Yeah, James
Now it's
Bond.
famous.
He totally didn't have some help from some America teams at some points.
And now we're fighting this bull. The easiest boss ever.
Although he has an awesome boss theme.
There we go.
Wow, that's bullshit.
That was pathetic.
It's bullshit.
All we had to do was toss him in the sea.
Yep. Basically, you have to toss him before he tosses you.
Yeah. Kill or be killed.
No.
Die!
Actually, you have to make you have to impress on you. Charles Martinet is just going.
Actually, I was trying to do an Undertale impression.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I still...
So, next word?
Stuff Canyon.
I thought I said Stone Canyon there for a second.
No, not just seed webs. It's a stove and it's a canyon. Get it? Get it?
Jesus, and you thought my one-liners were bad.
They are.
Well, Waves, this was back in the day where Nintendo games tended to have all of these alliteration kind of levels.
Ha 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 ha. And I thought my jokes were bad.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Okay, so now I've got my is that supposed to be a key or a scientific jar?
Key.
Science break.
Admittedly, it does look like one of the jars from Super Mario Brothers 2 American Edition.
Mm-hmm. God, then that graphics flickering.
Oh yeah, they solved the slowdown problem, but they added another.
Well, to be fair, I'll still take graphics flickering over slowdown, I guess. Fortunately, Wario Land 2 has none of this.
Remember in Mega Man?
Hurry.
Remember in Mega Man 9 where you could choose to have the screen flickering?
Well, that happened.
Why? Why would you add that?
Alright, let's try this again.
For nostalgia?
I suppose.
I mean, that was the idea of that game.
Don't you see, you're talking about which game again, Dubs?
Mega Man 9.
Yeah, don't you see, Deji? It has to be exactly, and I mean exactly within the limitations of the NES, otherwise the purists will go, it's not the true NES, ruined forever.
That's the problem in trying to make games like that. You do one tiny thing wrong and you have the entire fandom going apeshit.
Yeah.
To be fair, that pretty much happens with a lot of throwbacks to old classic games. What? It's not BS hard, just like I remember it being? This is terrible!
Well, Shovel Knight managed to create a great compromise without, creating creating torches and pitchforks.
Oh, I was mainly talking about, re-releases or, like remakes of old games, but done in the style. Kind of one of the problems Mega Man 9 had with a lot of people.
So yeah, basically I decided to say, you know what, fuck you to the key, let's just keep going.
Yeah, fuck you, inanimate object.
See, I was supposed to bring the key here. But fuck it.
What does that key do, by the way?
I get a treasure.
Oh.
And now, this guy.
Ball with a morning star.
And a mustache.
There you go. Fuck you.
And have to pay again.
There we go. Now we're inside the stove.
Okay, this game is very inconsistent. It forces you to pay it, but it doesn't at other times.
I trust me,
Remember,
I don't get it
different
either.
pathways. Remember, Dribs, they're all different pathways and alternate ways to finish off levels.
Well, actually, Jovah, only the levels that you can see like a double circle in the map, those are the ones who have alternate exits. Aside from that, all the levels only have one exit.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, Dribs, those are the extra secret rooms you can get all the coins for the precious endings.
Honestly, Jovah, as someone who grew up with this game and I knows it very well, trust me, it's just random. It makes no sense.
So what was on Wario?
Just
I could have sworn that there
Wario.
was some pattern to it. I could have sworn there was some pattern to it when I played it.
And you died.
Yeah.
Then again, it has been a while since I played it, so maybe I'm remembering it wrong. There's one game I do remember being random, though.
If there is a logic to it, it eludes me because it's not really conveyed well.
So it's like getting the Dream Strip in Super Mario Bros. 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, we have to get the Dream Strip in Super Mario Bros. 3 just to show how convoluted that process is.
Dream what? Sorry?
The Dream Ship in Super Mario Bros. 3. Haven't heard of it? There's a reason.
Yeah.
You know how you hear a lot of obscure rumors about how to get a certain thing? Well, we have Super Mario Bros. 3 to thank for that because there actually is a way to get the Dream Ship, but it's incredibly convoluted and more than a little luck-based.
So it's kind of like the tornado in Simon's Quest.
You know, I might as well actually look it up now.
Wait, are we just going to ignore the fact that Wario has an alligator that can breathe fire?
It's a power up.
It's Mario.
It's a power up.
It's a Japanese game.
It's a video game, Deji.
No, this is cool.
Okay.
Like, when you really think about it, this game has a lot of, cliche typical from quote-unquote those Japanese kind of games.
Okay, actually it's called the Treasure Ship, but yeah. Let's see. Okay, basically, the Treasure Ships of Super Mario Bros. 3. Here are the specific tricks and methods that they are summoned by. The player must be in either Grassland, Waterland, Skyland, or Iceland. A Hammer Bro must be on the map. Mario or Luigi must finish the stage with a coin totaling the end in a multiple of 11. 0 doesn't count. The 10 digit of the player's score must match the multiple of 11. As each second left on the timer will award the player 50 points, the timer must be stopped on an even number so that the number of points received is a multiple of 100. Alternatively, an odd number will work if the score is 50 points from the correct multiple. For instance, if the above criteria is met, the player ends a stage
Super
with
Mario Bros.
44
free.
points
I just
and a
want to
score...
play a game.
Oh, even better, oh, even better. And
That's
here's-
not a
and here's
video
the
game.
icing
That's
on top.
fucking homework.
Oh, here it gets even better. The player ends the stage with 44 coins and a score of 0 to 40. They will successfully trigger a treasure ship.
Jesus
Note that
Christ.
this trick will only work once in any given world.
Did Miyamoto play Little Red Riding Hood on the NES and the yeah, they had something going here. Yeah, let's try this.
Wait, Little Red Riding Hood on the NES?
Basically, the
Game's just as
check the AVGN review, Jovah. AVGN Red Hood. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah.
But yeah, there you go, guys. A good example of how convoluted NES games could be back then.
That's even more convoluted than the fucking ranking system in Final Fantasy XIV.
Basically, the thing with treasure ships is like, well, let's see.
Gives you a lot
The
of
things you can.
coins and that's it.
Let's see. They will find dozens of coins that they can collect, plus an invisible blue mushroom from the NES version. Not including the ones battled at the end, there are no enemies found on the ships. However, they can still lose a life by being crushed by the scrolling screen, falling off a ship, or letting the timer run out. If a player dies while on board a treasure ship, it reverts back to the hammer bro icon.
So, wait. So
Basically...
wait. It's the equivalent of that train from 3D World, the golden train.
Yeah, pretty much, except the golden train was even that was more clever. Go figure. But yeah, basically what you get on a treasure ship is that you get dozens of coins and an invisible blue one-up mushroom.
Woo.
But yeah,
Oh,
but yeah,
oh my god.
honestly, But yeah, long story short, the main reason everyone remembers the treasure ship is because of the specific process we had to do to get on them.
Now you have to pay again.
Yes.
And now you know why people can make rumors about games and actually make that seem plausible.
And now you have 1805.
Alright, everybody. In the next part, we'll finish Stuff Canyon.
But we're
There you
not
go.
done yet.
There you go, Joe. But notice how this particular ball has a smaller circle inside it. That means there's an alternate exit there.
Okay, then.
All right, everybody. See you in the next part.
Yeah.
See ya.